at you. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room on a Whiskey Wednesday night, the day after Halloween. Yeah, this is my costume. Figured I'd do a little Mario for you. Yep, this is what I do for you. I could do either cartoon Mario, like, hello, it's a me. Or I could just do like, grown up, real Italian Mario. Hey, what's up? Get the hell out of here, Bowser. This mustache is ridiculous. I'm going to have to take that off before I taste whiskey. How are you doing, everybody? Welcome to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room. As always, every Halloween, I do like to dress up a little bit. So I figured this would be the perfect costume. It even comes with a built-in pasta belly. Look at this. Look at the pasta. I love it. So what's going on, everybody? That's Jason's actual wardrobe, says JG. Yeah, I wear this to work all the time. This is my work outfit. And yeah, it's a DeMario. Oh, man. So tonight, what do we have? We have the finals of the Frankenblends category in Blendageddon. Tonight, we will crown the champion. But we also will reveal the bracket for next week when we start the coveted American Whiskey Blend Championship. Again, this year we had, I can't even take myself seriously with this mustache. Seriously, but whatever. We're going to make it happen. Should have been Kermit. Fun fact, he says it's a me Mario, which translates to Super Mario. Yeah, that's right. Cheers, M&J Army. Mamma mia. Isa Bonzissimo says Cincy Whiskey. Yeah, we are just we are hanging out here tonight, guys. And like I said, we will reveal the American Whiskey Blend bracket. We'll take a look at tonight's bracket. Who's in the mix tonight? We have 7 blends going head to head. That's right, 7. We had 6 plus Darren Clary, who ended up being the wild card. We will have a special guest judge tonight that I really had to think about in order to come on here tonight to help with these blends, because it couldn't just be someone that just likes bourbon. They have to like a little bit of everything. So I think I found the right person to come in and help out. Someone that likes, Scotch, Irish, funky stuff, just like I do. So yeah, jazz hands. Let's say let's say hi everybody here on the chat. I'm gonna have to take off this glove because I can't work the mouse here. There we go. David Behrens is here. Wesley Hughes, he was he was here an hour early. What's up, man? Mamuka is here, 1977. KCD is in the house. Juice 8G. Yeah, no store picks were allowed in the American Whiskey Blends, which is going to start next week. But we'll get into all that. The Frankenblends, you could do whatever you want. But next week when we start the American Blends, the one big rule I had was no single barrel store picks allowed, either from a store, from a group, whatever it may be. We want to be able to, I wanted people, to be able to replicate the blend that wins, so, I mean, if they have to hunt for a few bottles, so be it, but at least they have a good shot of replicating the winning blend. Jonathan Eady's here. What's going on, buddy? Let's see. Oh, that's me. Mark S. in the house. What's going on? Joey B. says good luck to all the contestants tonight. What's up, Giselle's Boston? Nice to see you as always. Bo's Wine Guy, who actually might have my favorite. He might have my favorite name in the American Whiskey Blend competition, like the name of his blend. We'll get into those a little bit later. Jeff Perkins is here. What's going on? Slap Shot. What's going on, my dude? Tim Cornet is here. Joe, the sample guy, he got his Mellick pick today. Dude, isn't that good stuff? The finish on that Mellick goes on for days. Absolutely love that whiskey. Corn and Whiskey is running for Walk This Way by Run DMC Kentucky. Joe Gregory in the house. He's got a blend. Smoky Joe. Nathan Jurgensen is here. What's up, buddy? Bayou Drams. Whiskey Juice. Nicholas. Honest Charlie. Eric Gunderson. What's up, Gundy? Shona Marie D in the house. What's going on? That actually really comes across good wearing this costume. JG Whiskey Cheers, of course. What's going on, man? Whiskey Juice in the house. Let's see who else. Rebecca Page is here. Thanks for dropping in, Rebecca. Let's see. John Perclay is here. R2 Bourbon 2. Adam Hinson is here. He goes, oh boy. That's his spicy meatball. Black Bourbon family in the house. What's going on? Let's see here. Who else? Hank Williams Jr., Cincy Whiskey, Saucy Shane. Kilko is here. What's going on, Kilko? Nice to see you, buddy. KCD, I think we said hi to you. Ben Drammond is here. Whiskey Reaper. Krista Ginsburg. How you doing, Krista? Nice to see you and Jay in here tonight. Ben Crispin, Bill Mills, Kenneth Rathburn, and a bunch more people coming in. Peter White, Keith Thompson. Show us how to re-eat pizza, Mario. Yeah, we'll do that. I might have to leave this glove off for the remainder of the night so I can work the mouse. So I'll put that here. So here they are, guys. These are the all the envelopes for the blends. One of these tonight is going to win. So we'll see which one that's going to be. Tonight, right now, I am starting off with the brand new Pinhook 8-year. Now, I have not tried this. We talked about this a couple weeks ago when this was announced. This is the 8-year bourbon, is the 5th in the 9 vintages that's going to come out in the entire vertical series for Pinhook. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is number 8. And normally, I am not a big fan of Pinhook, as you guys have seen in my tastings in the past. However, this is a little bit off profile already on the nose. Let me know what you're sipping on in the chat. We'll go through all the rules here tonight. We'll have a little fun. And yeah, it was Halloween here yesterday. Took some of the kiddos trick-or-treating. It was a lot of fun. Taste and Sensibility says, you're a striking figure on the screen, Jason Mario Mash and Drum. I am. This is bright. I should have ironed my overalls, obviously. And it's like, I get Mario with his tattoos. Yeah, it's a little hot down here. Now I look like Hamburger Helper. Let's do the whole thing here. I don't think I'll be able to sip with this. I can nose it fine. I'm gonna have to take this off, guys. Sorry. That's not gonna work either. All right. Let me give this a nose, guys. Here we go. Jeff Perkins, he's sipping on the Barrel King Community Blend, Knob Creek 9. TJ, you look gracious. I'm sipping on a little 2XB, says Eric Sawyer. He's sipping on his own blend. That's not surprising. Man, I'm hoping your guest judge is Luigi. I actually know my guest judge's costume, and that person, I think you guys get a kick out of that one. Let's see here. So this is obviously all NGP, guys. NGP, Pinhook, 8-year-old NGP. It's kind of nice to see it at 8. Most of the stuff that you see nowadays is between 4 and 6 years old. This just hit Ohio a couple weeks ago. It was, I believe, about $75 for this bottle. So not bad considering some brands are charging you, or charging us, I should say, anywhere from, 80 to sometimes over $100 for a 4 to 5 year product. So I got to say the pricing on this isn't bad. Bourbon pricing, what is happening? What is happening? We're going to get into that too. So let me go here. Oh man, it's all fun and games until the damn costume gets in the way of the whiskeys. That's right. Guess is Avi Wario. Yeah. So this gives you some of the darker side of NGP. You get the graham cracker, but you get a little bit of like a root beeriness to it, which I really like. That part is kind of nice. You do kind of get that little bit of like a cherry cola that kind of reminds you of the old Remus releases, like Remus like 1 through 4, not so much 6 through, 6 and 7. 5 is obviously the outlier. Yeah, this has like this like cooked down. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like flat root beer. Little chocolatey. I dig it. I dig the nose on this one so far. Let's give it a try. Here we go. See, I like this a lot. This is a little bit off profile. It's not your typical, MGP flavor profile. And that's what I like. I like finding kind of off profile MGP. This is good. What pin hook is it again? This is the 8-year. So this is the 8-year pin hook. Horse name is Bourbon War. Proof on this is 114.6. So it's got a nice proof point to it. So let me, I'll focus on the bottle here. You guys can see it. It's this brown colored bottle with the big 8-year right up there. And yeah, that's right. Look closely at my hamburger helper hands. So yeah, that's the bottle. This is available now all over Ohio. I don't know about where it is globally, or I should say US wise. But I am digging the profile on this. This is not your typical citrus forward vanilla caramel type MGP. This is darker, a little bit richer, a little bit off profile. Yeah, this has some of the aspects that you would find in like a really good like National Barrel Company pick, but this is only $75. This is really good. Easily, hands down, not even close, probably the best pin hook that I've had. Most of them I have not been a fan of, but this is really nice. If you guys are a fan of MGP, you like a little bit of that off-profile note to it, this is really good. There's also kind of a little bit of a raisiny type thing going on. This thing is very dark, very rich. I'm digging this. Yeah, 114 proof. That's nice. I like that. But I think you do, guys. You have to kind of like root beer for that one a little bit. A little bit of root beeriness, I think. So if you're not crazy about that profile, you might want to skip it. However, if you're just sick of like the old MGP profiles and you want to try something a little bit different, this is actually really nice. So, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna be waving my big white hands around tonight. So yeah, we'll keep doing that. All right, let's see here. Hey, what's up, Katie Turk? Nice to see you. Fancy Franchi is here. William Hall's here. Richie Z, Mark Vasco, all the legends are in the house tonight to see who wins Blendageddon Frankenblends. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's get to the big elephant in the room. Bourbon pricing, whiskey pricing in general. What is happening? How is everything going up so much when the economy is just not the best right now? I don't see how it's a sustainable practice. I just keep seeing bottles that are being released for $200, $300, $400, and $500, and it doesn't seem to be stopping. Obviously, this is kind of the time where you kind of look to the shelf. Now, the problem with bourbon drinkers, and you guys let me know in the chat how you feel about this. Problem with bourbon drinkers is that I'm going to get serious about this. I'm going to put my mustache on. So, yeah. So, the problem with bourbon drinkers, that's right, you got to take me seriously, is that, we always want to find like the next best thing. What's the next release that we're going to love and covet? And, FOMO always kicks in. So even though there are some fantastic bourbons on the shelf that are a lot cheaper, everyone's kind of like been there, done that. But I do think that this like push of high price bourbon releases, I think eventually is going to drive a lot of folks back to the shelf, which I think could be good for a lot of bourbons and whiskeys on the shelf. Because I think, besides the favorites, some of those really good bourbons still get ignored. Because people are either just chasing either Buffalo Trace stuff, or they want the stuff that they can, that's rare, or stuff that they can't have, stuff that they can flip, stuff like that. So I think there's a there could be a correlation here, between the lack of people wanting to buy those high priced bourbons and maybe some people looking back on the shelf to see what's available. But generally, it's like I went to the liquor store today just because I wanted to see, what's sitting on the shelf these days? Because I'm always looking for, obviously, the allocated stuff because I want to review it. But I'm looking on the shelf, and I mean, everything is still there. Everything from Cooper's Craft, all the Old Foresters. I mean, every Four Roses was available. Every Maker's Mark, every Knob Creek, Wild Turkey, 101, Rare Breed, Russell Reserve Single Barrel, Russell Reserve Single Barrel Rye. I mean, even a lot of Bardstown Bourbon Company releases just sitting on the shelf. I mean, this is all really good whiskey that's just kind of sitting there. And I think all these $300 to $400 to $500 releases, I think just all the bourbon marketing and the pricing and seeing what people will pay for these bottles is just pushing and pushing and pushing the finish line further and further away for where people can afford just really good whiskey, or allocated whiskey. It's nuts. I mean, I have a lot of mixed emotions about Wild Turkey Generations. That's really what kind of brought all that up. $450 for a Wild Turkey is something I never thought would happen, to be honest. I mean, we did see prices creeping up, obviously, for Russell's 13. Then the single Rickhouse was announced last week, last year, where it was, a $300 bottle from Wild Turkey. Everyone was like, what the hell? And then this year we have Generations at $450. I got so many comments when I did the review of people that just outright, a couple of folks wanted me to be really hard on Wild Turkey and completely slam them for coming up with a price point like that. And I could see their point. Now, I'm going to tell you I don't like a whiskey, or I could tell you that I think, your practices may be bullshit. But at the same time, for Wild Turkey Generations, I mean, everybody knows that Wild Turkey holds a very special place in my heart. I love Wild Turkey. I'm not going to bash them. I may bash a little bit more Campari for what they're doing, because when you taste Generations, if anyone has a chance to taste Generations, here's my thing. It's an off-profile Wild Turkey. It's a little bit more savory, not so sweet, crazy long finish. But again, it's a little bit off-profile. Now, the ages in it, being 9, 12, 14, and 15, wouldn't indicate me running out and, looking for a $450 whiskey. What I think Campari is trying to do is capitalize on this is the one part that I think is a little shady about it. I do think, Jimmy's getting older. He's not getting any younger. And I think what they're doing is kind of capitalizing on the fact that, these three are still together. Let's put them together. Let's put up a blend, and let's, charge as much as we can for it. Now, I'm not sure if that's the actual, reasoning for it, but it certainly seems that way with that type of aggressive pricing model. And I don't know, when you look at Master's Keeps and how those have gone up over the last couple of years, they're getting harder to get. Every single one that comes out is getting more and more expensive. I think Campari is just kind of pushing that envelope, while we still have, the Russells sitting in those seats making all this great whiskey. It's just one of those things where it could be frustrating for a lot of consumers. I mean, you have Boss Hog that's coming out at $600. But again, this all comes back to us. I mean, we're kind of the ones to blame. They know who's buying these. And the more limited you make it, the more of us, are going to want to buy it because it is so limited. I don't know. I'll say this. I just hope that people, when they get these whiskeys, they're more inclined to keep it rather than trying to flip it for money, because no matter what you think about Generations, I mean, I do think it is a special whiskey, including all three of these guys on it. But there's a lot of other whiskeys out there that are still trying to do the same marketing spin and, charge a lot of money. But, it always comes back to us, the consumer. As long as we keep buying it, they're gonna keep pumping it out. But we'll see how the economy goes, how these bourbon prices go, and where we are. Honestly, I think Generations is a $200 to $250 bourbon. I don't think it should have been more than that, but that's me. All right. Let's see. Lloyd Bolgiano got my JT Malik barrel pick cast right yesterday. Surprisingly good. Cheers, blenders. Yeah, I'm telling you, anybody that got our JT Malik barrel pick, which is right here, we picked this Louisiana rice whiskey. And I know people are like, I'm not buying no rice whiskey, but it is surprisingly delicious. It's got a lot of flavor to it. It's actually still available on Shared Pour. So if you guys want to go to Shared Pour and find that bottle, you can actually still get it. One of our great picks. Don Prince, as much as I hated to do it, I passed on the Pride of Anderson County at 500. May kick myself for it, but we couldn't do it. People blame Compare for wild turkey prices, but we're the barrels for POC that expensive to blame them again. So for Pride of Anderson County, I don't want to say anything out of turn here because I just don't know enough about it. But when you have kind of, a couple different people sourcing barrels and, everybody has to make a little money, that price is just going to kind of keep going up. Now, how much money, I don't know, but that's just the way the business goes. But yeah, 500 definitely seems steep. But if I'm going to trust anyone with picking a barrel that could be worth it in some people's eyes, it's going to be Rarebird 101. Let's see here. How about Voyage for $250? You think I should buy it? Seeing a Total Wine. I did not buy Voyage this year. That was the one bottle of Master's Keep. I didn't buy it. I didn't think it was worth $300. Had a chance to buy it. I passed on it. And that's coming from a turkey guy. I don't know. I'd rather put my money into Russell's Reserve store picks. A big reason I'm scaling my LE purchase back is because it kind of sucks to not be able to replace a bottle you really like. Yeah, I mean, that's true as well. Jason, I'll no longer be able to play Mario Kart with my granddaughter and not think of you tonight as the new Mario. And that's all right. You'll play me. Yeah, you got to respect his palate. So I'm all in on that. Nobody has more prosperous pricing than Willet. A handful of single barrels hit Maryland in retail at $330 for 9 year Bourbon. Had a chance to buy them. That makes no sense. Glad to have passed. I've been saying for years that Willet is, they're a little bit ridiculous with the pricing. However, when you kind of go to Willet, that's kind of like the feeling you get. It just feels expensive on those grounds. I mean, everything they do is a little bit price heavy, but it's been like that for a long time. Not that it's an excuse, but yeah, I think they've priced a lot of people out in those purple tops for a long time. Yeah, I don't know. While I don't love Generations being 400 plus, Rare Breed not being non-filtered is more annoying to me, says Dylan S. Honestly, dude, it's not a huge, I don't think it's a huge difference. When I did the video and I put Rare Breed regular versus Rare Breed non-chill filtered, I don't think there was like a giant difference that I would like demand it to be non-chill filtered. Is there a difference? Yes. But I think it's going to depend on whose palate to see whether it's a, bigger difference or not. For me, I didn't find it enough to like make a big stink about it. Let's see. Well, I don't want. Okay. I hope all that Manny's watching this from Matt Manus clips. Willet is blunt. Yeah. What do you? I mean, I hear more mixed reviews on Willet probably than any other distillery. Maybe besides like Maker's Mark. People either like kind of tend to love or hate Maker's Mark. But man, Willet is polarizing. It really is. All right. I'm gonna have to take this off now because I'm gonna sip a little bit more whiskey. Because very soon we're about to get into the Blendageddon Championship. We're starting in a little bit early tonight because we do have 7 different samples to taste through tonight. It's going to be fun. It's going to be who's going to take it. I don't know. B Bourbon says pricing and lack of availability gives us all pause at times. The frustration for me is real. 4 Gate standard bottles at 200, special bottles 250. It's dang good juice. Rare Breed honestly feels non-chill filtered as if you don't know any better. About to open all trusted Cooper's Craft 100. Yeah, so like I said, I'm Mamuka. He says, Mary, where Luigi? You are so 100% right. I'm done being 100% with Alcaber. I hear you. I'm drinking R2D8. It's good. When we stop buying them, they will come down. I think it's just one of those patterns that have been happening over the last several years. But this year was a really good year, though, I think, for bourbon. I've been saying it. We've had some really good releases this year. However, the prices are just going up and up and up and up. And with that, I mean, look at this release. Did you guys? I know everybody heard about this one. Eagle Rare 25 year was announced. $10,000, 10 grand. I can't even get it out. 10 grand for this bourbon. A 25-year-old, ultra expensive, limited edition expression, a 25-year-old Eagle Rare. This was aged in one of Buffalo Trace's experimental warehouses, apparently. It was closely monitored through its maturation, as they all are. In Kentucky, you know, it's a little bit harder to age something this long, you know, not like Scotland, but, you know, when you see stuff like this, kind of in that Pappy Van Winkle 23 realm of a 25-year-old bourbon, you know, it definitely gives a little pause. But according to Buffalo Trace, the new Eagle Rare 25 was not just left in a warehouse for a quarter century. It spent more than 5 years aging in Warehouse P, one of Buffalo Trace's experimental warehouses, in which humidity and temperature are carefully controlled. This whiskey comes from some of the first barrels to be moved there in 2018. And this is the first release from Warehouse P. Let's see. So that type of conditions allowed them to age it for 25 years. 101 proof and $10,000. Now, I mean, beautiful bottle, all that fun stuff. I get that. Now, the one weird thing I have, though, is Eagle Rare this year, the 17 year. Didn't they say Eagle Rare 17 was actually quite older than the 17-year age statement would indicate? And what's the retail on that these days? 150, 200 bucks? Why is that 10 grand if it's 25 years? Because of the fancy bottle, the fancy box. That's what bugs me more than anything when it comes to these high price releases. You already look at your portfolio and what you have. Why are you charging me 10 grand and obviously that's going to be like a mega unicorn. Eagle Rare 17 is already a unicorn, but Eagle Rare 17 they're already saying is actually, I think, 19 years this year. So for 6 more years of aging, I have to pay $10,000. We're not going to get an Eagle Rare 17 that's actually 19 years for what, 200 bucks? Yeah, maybe secondary. I pick it up for $500-600 if I really want it, maybe 700, whatever it may be. But 10 grand for 25 year, that's like, dude, read the tea leaves. Look at what you have in your lineup already. Like, look at what you have available that you have been releasing. My white hands are going crazy right now. I understand the rarity of it. I understand the bottle design and everything else like that. That's fine. But 10 grand, it's a little bit, it's a little bit much. And Buffalo Trace, I think, you know, obviously it's not Buffalo Trace. Well, I mean, I know a lot of people have different viewpoints on this, but Buffalo Trace generally prices their releases pretty fairly. Obviously at retail. Now, do we find those bottles mostly at retail? No, but that's because, you know, the people that are selling those bottles know exactly that people are hunting Buffalo Trace no matter what. But I mean, 10 grand, dude. I don't know, man. When pricing is high on a bottle for a reason, I can handle it. I.e., a bottle at $250, but it's 18-year-old barrel strength. Pricing is high because the distillery limits production to make it rare is wrong, says Isaiah Street. I get it. A little bit much, a lot of bit much. There's older scotch out there that are cheaper. Yeah, but you're paying for again, this goes into the story, all the marketing, all that crap. So that's my mini rant about bourbon pricing. I think I'm going to do a video on it. I'm doing some comparisons, looking through some bottles and kind of doing some calculations from year to year in the past 6 or 7 years. So that's going to take a little while to kind of research all that. However, that video should be a fun video to put out. And with that, I think it's time to get into some blends, guys. So let's get it started. Let's welcome in our special guest judge. But first, I got to get you fired up. Here we go. All right. We are ready for the finale of Blendageddon Frankenblends, which happens to fall on the day after Halloween, which is perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome in my special guest judge, who's perfect timing, talking about Buffalo Trace tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Cam the Tater.
I'm going to be honest, dude. I think Eagle Rare 25 is underpriced. I think I would pay $20,000 for Eagle Rare. I would mortgage my house for one of those.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah,
you would. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Cam the Tater. Cam, thanks for helping out tonight. How you been, bud?
I'm good, dude. I just got done playing Triangle with my orchestra student kids, so nothing fires me up like a little triangle.
Nothing fires a percussionist up like a little triangle jams.
All right. Dude, all right, I like the mustache.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to taste you with this. I'm just saying. I might have to take this off too because my glove. This is the hamburger helper glove, and I can't do anything with it. But I'll go Michael Jackson tonight. The Mario Michael Jackson.
Dude, this pinhook is good. I'm sorry. It's very good.
Dude, I just tasted it. I agree, man. I love how off profile it is. I think it's really good. So if anyone's sleeping on pinhook, that 8-year, that thing is the shit right there. I love it.
Oh yeah.
I think when we were talking about it, it is kind of a throwback to some of those old Remus blends where you got some of those darker like cola, root beery, chocolatey, kind of graham crackery notes. I absolutely love it.
Matt, someone else told me that. I wore this costume to my
Why is Cam dressed up like a sun-faded vagina? He's not wrong. I'm sorry to say he's not wrong.
No, and there's a lot of room in here, so this is a well-loved... Anyways.
My God.
I got to pour these out, huh?
It's okay. All they have left in the Mario costume is an extra large, and, like, the pants are, like, on the floor, so, yeah.
I don't have pants on.
Yeah. Jason needs some handbells with those gloves. I do. Oh, man. All right, guys. So let me do this while Cam is pouring those out. I'm going to show you guys the bracket for tonight. So here's the bracket. We have Shelby Strunk with Rye. We get Pot Still. Jay Turner with Turner's Hooch. The wild card, Darren Clary with Captain Walton. Eric Sawyer, the defending American whiskey champion from last year. That's right. He's in the mix tonight. 2XB. Smokey Joe with Holiday Brunch in the house. And then the last two, we have Hugo Gonzalez with Pagnucci's Forget About It blend. And then Run DMC Kentucky with Walk This Way. So those are all the contestants tonight. We're going to choose one winner tonight that will win life-changing prizes. Just saying.
I think I just screwed something up here. I think I poured 2 of them in the same glass, but I didn't pour it all out, so we're fine. Jeez.
Oh God, you're a mess already.
Oh God. I think I have a blend of a blend. I don't know.
All right. Which one? Jason Mount says, which one is Porter? No pants will make Cam's pee break go quicker.
Yep. Yeah, I always got to do that.
Tater, man. Yep, I get it. Oh yeah, let me run the banner here. There we go. Final week of Frankenblends. There are the names running down on the bottom. Let's see what else here is there. Well, also Cam is doing that. I'm going to give you guys a preview here of Blendageddon and when it's going to start. So let me, or Blendageddon, the American whiskey blends, I should say, which will start next week. So let me go right here and show you this different bracket. And I'm even going to give you guys some dates. So as you see, week 1 will be next week. Already November. I can't believe it. November 8th will be next week. That will be week 1. We have some good blenders in that category going head to head. Week 2, we're going to skip a week because I'm going to be traveling the week after. But then week 2, right before Thanksgiving, we'll have week 2. Week 3 is 11/29. Week 4, 12/6. Week 5, 12/13. Week 6, 12/20, and then the final round will be TBD because I have to coordinate with Mr. Fred Minnick and Mr. Matt Porter. We will be having the St. Jude's fundraiser again at the end of the year. So it'll be 7 weeks, 25 blends total this year. So yeah, I'm really excited. Blendageddon Whiskey Challenge number 6 about to get started. The American Whiskey Blends. So cannot wait. All right, let's get the banner going again. Okay. Let's see here. Taste and Sensibility says you need better vetting on your guest judges. Yeah, apparently the tater likes to pour in the same glasses.
Jesus.
Let's see here. All right, we are set, man. Are you ready to go?
I'm good.
All right, I get my notebook out here. All right, Cam. So this is what we're gonna do. Basically, with these blends, because they're Frankenblends, and because there's pretty much a lot of different stuff mixed in here, not only are we looking for the best blend, but we're also looking for the most unique.
Okay.
So if somebody did put like a couple of single barrel bourbons in there that they may have blended, together, yeah, it could be a really good blend, but does it stand out enough to be a true great Frankenblend? So we need to just kind of break all these down, see which ones are the most interesting. And guys, the reason why I chose Cam to help us out tonight is because Cam, drinks a lot other stuff than bourbon like I do. He drinks Scotch, he drinks Irish, he drinks Armagnac, he drinks a lot of different stuff like I do. So I figured he would be the perfect palate to kind of help judge this. So
you must have the wrong guy. I've never had Scotch.
Yeah, you never had Scotch. That's all those bottles. Oh, I see those Glendronix behind
you.
Stop. I see them all. All right. Let me know when you're ready, bud, and we'll get
I'm good. I am good. Are we just going down the line?
We're going to go down the line. We'll go A through E. Again, these were picked randomly. So
all right.
Here we go. And guys, if you have any questions for either me or Cam tonight in the chat, please filter them through. Love talking to you guys and chatting with you guys, answering any questions, and we'll go through it. All right, letter A.
Okay. This is interesting.
I get Irish whiskey immediately.
I get Irish whiskey, and then I also get Sprite. I get a weird 7-Up note on this. There's like a lemon lime thing. It's Irish and lemon lime to me.
Which actually does happen with Irish sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like... It almost feels like a little rye. Not rye. It's like a white pepper thing. But yeah, it kind of feels down the middle, though. Kind of like just bourbon cask Irish,
Yep. Now, I think I remember this blend when we tasted it. I don't remember who it is at all. However, I think I remember the palate being pretty different from the nose here. But I love the nose on this. I get a lot of like that Irish whiskey, like cinnamon pear note that comes out a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of pear. I'd be shocked if there was no Irish whiskey in here.
Yeah, I would. And I think, to me, this doesn't necessarily, it's only the first one, but it doesn't stand out, but it's really solid. You know what I mean? Like, It just smells great, but I don't know if it's got any, wow factor on the nose.
Jay, did you see the news about that new Kentucky distillery that will be producing and aging in an old mine? What in the actual F? I did see that. Paul P., the only thing I could say to that is that nothing surprises me anymore. Honestly, if the goal is to age stuff longer because it's like kind of underground in a mine, that could happen. That could help. Underground and doing stuff in cold areas is not something new. They do it in Texas. They do it in India. Anywhere where it's pretty hot, they can do that. However, doing it in Kentucky, you have a lot of variable temperatures. I don't know. That'll be interesting. All right, you want to try this one?
Let's do it.
All right, cheers, man.
Cheers, dude.
It still tastes like Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's really solid, but it's not wowing me. It's a little dry.
Yeah. It's not super wow. It's okay, though.
Yeah. It just is like...
Jason, how is Shayla doing? Well, if you guys are not here, Whiskey Central, Shayla from Whiskey Central, not only did she have to put her dog down, like, a couple of weeks ago, but 2 days later, her house was robbed. And she was robbed of, I think, about $14,000 worth of stuff. They took her cameras, laptops, money, cash. They took a lot of shit, ransacked her house. And as insurance companies do at being pretty shitty, they weren't really going to help her recover a lot of it. So we posted a GoFundMe across the Whiskey Tube universe. And she's doing a lot better. I think that the amount we raised, I'm not sure what it's up to. The last time I looked, I think it was about 20,000. I'm not sure if it got much higher than that. I would assume it did. But she's in a much better place. Obviously, whiskey community coming together again to help one of our own. I just hate to see all this happening to different people, and especially Shayla. She's just, amazing, and hopefully she's doing great. But she's definitely in a better place, I think. Cheers to Shayla, and cheers to the whiskey community for helping her out. Crypto whiskey, they're taking cellar aging to a new level there. Yeah, I would agree.
E.H. Taylor, mine collapse survivor.
Speaking of high prices, you have $200. What are you buying? For $200? That's a good question. Man, $200 on the spot? Well, I mean, it depends on what's available. If you're talking about an available bourbon, I don't know, 3 bottles of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C918.
Yeah, geez. I mean, if it's one bottle, then like a Calumet, is not a bad move. But like those are still sitting.
Yeah, Calumet, and Calumets are still only 130.
Yeah.
So you can get a Calumet for a pretty good price. If it's like a more unavailable bottle, I'd probably drop that on a Four Roses LE, hands down.
Yeah.
I'm looking at something a little bit more limited.
Honestly, dude.
Michter's 10 year. Michter's 10 year this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
All of the pasta. I'm so full.
Russell's 13 on secondary. Surprisingly, he's only like 225 now, which is crazy.
Yeah, I would go. That would be the other bottle. Probably Russell's 13. I'd go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although, you've had Discovery 11, right?
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
I have not tried it yet
because it's mostly gobbles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to get one of those.
Blood Oath? No, I wouldn't buy Blood Oath for $200. Nope.
Pass.
Hard pass. Oh yeah, Hardin's Creek. Any of the Hardin's Creeks this year were really good too.
Yeah, and again, secondary on that. I hate to go secondary, but I mean it's a reality for a lot of people. It's like only $230 on those too.
Yeah, not bad. All right.
JG says Dickel 50. There's probably a lot of that laying around, honestly.
They released the Dickel 17 for like $250 not that long ago.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because the Dickel single barrels that are like 15, 16, and 17 years old are $65.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, so
and either one tastes like you're licking the bottom of a boot. So it's like
yeah, it's like why are distillers doing this? Read what you have.
Yeah.
Why are you charging $250 for that? Because there's a different label on it. I scored a case of Midwinters on High West Side, split it between 6 guys. To John Vornick. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That is a bottle I'm not chasing anymore. I could care less if I get another Midwinter's Nice Dram.
No.
Just not into it anymore. I'm kind of just, at the time when it was popular, amazing dram.
Yeah.
Pun intended. However, now with all the different people that are doing port finish ryes,
Starlight.
Dude. Four-Gate. I mean, come on. The Four-Gate Ruby Rye Springs is one of the best port finished ryes I've ever had. So
and apparently there's like over 100,000 bottles of that Midwinters now.
Yeah, they really upped it, which scares me. It's like, how young is the whiskey in that bottle then?
Yeah.
So,
are you on B right now?
Yeah, let's go to B.
Yeah.
Love the nose on B.
Dude, it's buttery.
It's super buttery.
I keep getting butter on all the whiskeys I've been drinking recently, though, so that could just be me. This feels like it's got a lot of probably. Can you put bourbon in these blends too? These Frankenblends?
Yeah, you can put whatever you want in here. Aside
feels-
from like flavored liqueurs.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. 189,000 bottles this year. Is that how many there were?
Holy shit.
Holy shit. That's crazy. All right. Ooh. There's a little smokiness to this.
Mm-hmm. It feels like there might be some toasted barrel mixed in here, something like that.
I'm definitely getting some barrel char, so I'm not sure if it's a high level char, a toast, a double oak. There's something going on in here.
You know what this reminds me of? Almost like a high malt. Like did you try any of the Boulder Spirits stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
It kind of has that vibe to it.
Little chocolatey, right, from that malt.
Yeah.
Maybe a little like that. It's bringing me back to a little bit of like that Jack Daniel's twice barreled rye a little bit.
See, I haven't had that one either.
You haven't had that either? Oh,
no, I didn't try to chase that one down. I felt like I heard mixed reviews, you know.
Cam keeps getting butter. Maybe it's because he's a potato, says Christine Vasco. You know, Christine.
I'm actually a sun-faded vagina.
Yeah, so you're all right. So he's either a buttered potato or a sun-faded vagina. All right, so we're kind of running the gamut. I'm glad I am distinctly Mario and nothing else. So, with bourbon prices going crazy, I'm drinking some American single malts. Fell in love with Westward Cask Strength off of your recommendation, Brian Wirtz. Yeah, Westward is making good. That Cask Strength one is one of my favorites. All right, I'm going to try this one.
I just took a sip. That's interesting.
There's some good stuff going on in there.
I feel like there's like some port finish. It like kind of veers off into a finish halfway through. That's good.
Again, this one gives a little bit of a drying vibe too.
It does.
I do like the sweetness up front. It's got a nice like flavor punch to it. Decent balance. I don't think it really leans towards spicy or sweet one way or the other.
No, it's a good balance. I think tell me if you disagree. Like I think as you take a sip of this thing, it's not like cohesive. It doesn't go in one direction the whole time. It kind of it changes lanes a few times.
Yeah. I like how wow. I'm actually getting some different flavors here every time I go back to it.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice. But the one factor here that I keep getting, it's a drying finish.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two really weird tasting notes. Throw some sour cream on them and call it a day, says David.
Stop. Stop.
About some chives. Nice tater. Cam, you need a monocle, top hat, and a cane. So you could be Mr. Potato Head?
Oh yeah, I guess I was thinking Mr. Peanut. I almost maybe looked like a Mr. Peanut character.
Oh yeah, maybe Mr. Peanut.
Although Mountain Man Steel's not digging it. He says I'm gross. That's okay. although that sun-faded comment didn't come from me originally. Just so if you weren't here 10 minutes ago,
that was not his comment.
I'm exonerating myself.
Tiller's Bourbon Challenge. He says he's still chasing Old Rip Van Winkle. Okay. Old Rip is not worth overpaying for. I'll tell you that. Old Rip is a really nice bourbon. But honestly, I think it tastes a lot like a good Four Roses pick. That's what I think it tastes like.
But
and I blinded Old Rip 10 against some others. I mean, there's sometimes it does pretty good. I'll tell you what, it's never gotten first place. But it's gotten like second. It's gotten, it's usually in the middle of the pack. It's never like a super mega favorite of mine. I understand people wanting that bottle on the shelf, and it's probably the cheapest and easiest of the, non-Pappy Van Winkle line to get, but I would never overpay for it.
No, and if you had to go between that or the 12-year, I think it's easy for me to go Old Rip just for the proof. The Lot B is just...
Lot B is probably the most underwhelming in that entire lineup every year. It's just... Yeah. I mean, I don't get to taste them every year, but usually if I go to a bar, somebody will eventually send me a sample.
Mm-hmm.
But, the low proof, 3 smells great. All right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
3 smells like rum a little bit.
Yeah, it does. I think I remember this one. Rum, maple syrup.
Yeah.
These are
And
all over the place.
I don't really like rum, but this is like balanced by something. Man, this is fucking like, sorry, chocolate, like chocolatey, almost a little nutty too. But rum, it's almost like Heaven Hill and rum had a baby. Dang.
Heaven Hill and rum had a baby. Roscoe says Old Rip is the best one to me. I could see that. I mean, a lot of people love it just for the proof. I still think Pappy 15
Yes.
is my favorite. I know Old Rip and Lot B are technically not Pappy. I get it. Everyone loses their effing mind, but yeah.
The best thing is when someone says something in the Junkies Facebook group and there's like 20 people piling on, that's not Pappy, you know? It's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
This is all you live for, is to comment this on this post.
Yeah, that's right. That's what you wait for. It's like you wait for those, and you wait for the assholes that still do the BMW watch hot shot. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's delicious.
Dude, that is unreal.
That's killer.
Wow.
I want to know
Wow.
what else is in that blend.
That, and it just keeps going, dude, and it's not dry.
It's not.
Wow.
The finish on this is great. The sweetness on this is great. It actually has some spice to it, which is what's making me wonder what's blended in here. Nice. Any feedback on the Yellowstone LE? It was upcharged $40 at distillery. Maddening, says Dan C. I was, I don't know, that might be a bottle I might add to my I'm not chasing anymore list. Because there are bottles that I will borrow, to do a review, because I don't want to buy it before I, review it to see if I want to buy a bottle. However, I mean, I don't know. I just think that the Yellowstone does to me what the Blood Oaths do, where you have one of the whiskeys in there that has a finish to it, and it's so delicate and light. It's like, if I'm paying over 100, 150 for a bottle, I want to taste that finish a little bit more. I mean, obviously, there's a way to do it so you don't overpower the bourbon, but I don't know. Yellowstone, at least for me, I think it's a decent value because there's some older whiskey in there at like 15 years, but it's just Beam. It's old Beam bourbon in those blends.
I think the last great one for me, I really like 2020. I thought was crap. The Armagnac finish. The 2021, which was
the Amarone.
Yes,
I love that one too,
dude.
You know why? Because I'm gonna do this. It was an Italian wine, a finish. That's a why. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, just channeling my grandmother. That's it. Yep.
I think you're right. I hate to use that word again. I think I said it on Blood Oath earlier, but the Yellowstones just aren't cohesive. You know what I mean? It's like you can taste the parts almost when you drink it.
Yep.
But Glass C, nice segue. I can't taste the parts on this one.
Glass C is the leader in the clubhouse for me right now.
Yeah.
That one's really, and these blends, as they sit in their little sample bottles over the course of weeks, they do change a bit. And sometimes they change for the better. Sometimes they change for the worse. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't mind the Amarone finish. I still didn't think it was worth chasing down, but I don't know. Again, there's been, excuse me, so many good releases this year. It's hard to really, to pick out. I think what K. Luke is doing is fantastic. Corbin Cash, Hard Truth. Bart Sound put out a couple of good hitters this year. Barrel Craft Spirits even killed it with a couple of really great blends that normally don't impress me, but they were really good. Larceny Barrel Proofs, Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs killed it this year. All the Stags were pretty solid. I mean, there's not really much to complain about, to be honest.
Yeah. Dude, have you smelled D? D is. I don't know what I'm thinking about D, man. It's like a candle.
What the hell?
It's like a candle. But it smells like a peated candle. There's a little peat in there, in like amberana or something, maybe. Oh my god.
No, I'm getting straight up. I'm getting straight up waffles and bacon on it.
Okay, 100%.
Right?
It's like an Irish breakfast. You ever do one of those shots? Oh, but it's smoky too. It's got that peat in there somewhere.
Super smoky. This one's nuts.
It's almost a little artificial, though. That's like
Yeah,
what's
it's
bothering me.
a little too much on the smoke. My God, you're making the potato cough.
Oh, Jesus, this would be good with potatoes, though.
This would be good poured over pancakes.
Yeah.
It's very breakfasty, whatever that word is. All right, I don't. We're gonna have to have some. We're gonna have to have some water after this, but here we go.
All right.
Oh yeah, it's definitely peated.
The palate is much better than I thought it was gonna be, but it's kind of watery. It's
definitely peated.
Yeah. Ooh, it makes me fucking shiver.
What?
I don't know, dude. I'm sweating. Like, this is a very hot outfit.
Yeah.
But my hair's standing up drinking that. Wow. I would love Matt Porter to try this.
Oh my God, he'd spit this out immediately.
It's crazy.
You know what? I get peated scotch on the palate, but then the very back end, as you just let it sit, it goes into that breakfasty notes again.
Yeah.
Man.
You know, I'm gonna try to be objective through this, because I think actually, if you take away the fact that I'm not a big fan of it, I think it's a pretty badass blend. You know what I mean?
It is a badass blend.
Like,
it's kind of an impressive blend. There's a lot going on here.
You talk about unique. I mean, certainly this is the most unique.
I cannot. Do you remember that cereal Waffle Crisp?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Where it's just like the fake waffle cereal. I mean, that's what it smells like. It smells like Waffle Crisp cereal.
Once you get used to the peat, it doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah. Cam's got the chives, or we could just say he's got the chivas, the shivas. Man.
I think it's kind of flat on the front of the palate, though, weirdly enough. It ramps up on the back end.
That's my favorite part of it.
Yeah.
I thought from the nose it was going to be overly sweet, and it actually is not.
Yeah.
It's got a nice little... It is on the sweeter side, of course, but it's got a little bit of a... I'm trying to take myself seriously analyzing whiskey in this costume. It's a little bit rough, but if Mario was, breaking down some whiskeys, yeah.
Man, I don't know what to think of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. We'll go back to that. I'm gonna have some water here because that thing is nuts.
Leaves a little film in your mouth afterwards.
I do remember having this blend in the earlier rounds, but I don't remember it tasting that mapley.
Yeah.
Like that. So I don't. That's probably a product of it sitting, and this is why I asked you guys to send in multiple, vials of your blends, because as they sit, it's a testament to your blending skills to see if it gets worse or better. So.
I'm gonna say three things this reminds me of, because the one I just thought of, which is what is it, Angel's Envy Rye, that maple.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And considering that this feels actually like a lower proof to me, it could be a blend of like Scotch, Angel's Envy Rye, and I get a little amberana. I wouldn't be surprised if there's amberana in there.
Yeah, that could be.
Are you gonna reveal the blends tonight of what's in them?
Oh yes.
Oh cool.
Yeah.
I'll make some guesses on my sheet then.
Yeah, we will know what's in the blends. We will reveal the ones we eliminated. Then obviously we will then get to the championship blend here, who wins it all. So, all right, I'm gonna go to number 5 here, or letter E, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I love the nose on this.
Oh yeah,
that's just straight up candy.
It's got a little Elijah Craig barrel proof, but sweeter and more like you said, candy to me.
This reminds me of those old Knob Creek 15-year picks.
Mm.
Oh,
I wonder if there's a dusty in this blend. You know, it's kind of got some part of that to it. Smells like antiques.
you think it's got a dustiness on it?
Maybe a little.
Maybe.
But not on the palate.
I usually can taste it more than I can smell it here. Happy Dia de los Muertos, says Dram Yankee. Cheers. Amburana, the finish that keeps on giving. Just saying to Mr. Jiggs.
Yeah, not a fan, Mr. Jiggs. But it doesn't stop.
The palate didn't bring as much as the nose did. But I did just have some water, so let me have another sip here.
Huh.
Yeah, the palate kind of I mean, it is sweet. I wonder if there's a stag in there a little bit. Just because it's so damn sweet. Or something Buffalo Tracy in there. I don't know.
I could see it. What else? Man. It's like, it really reminds me of something. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't place it.
Saucy Shane just poured some ECBP C923. This may be my bourbon of the year. All right, Cam, let's get into it.
All right.
What's your kind of leaders in the clubhouse for your bourbon of the year? You don't have to give me an order.
Yeah.
Just if you have like a top 5-ish that you could call out, what do you got? What are you thinking this year?
You got to put Michter's 10 up there.
You gotta easily.
And I haven't tasted. Let me know if you've done this. I haven't tasted anything other than the A batch, which everybody says the A's are the best.
A batch.
Tasted? Well, they're like the A barrels, like the January release.
I've had two.
Okay.
I've had two of them, and both were pretty similar.
Yeah. Okay, so I haven't had any of the other ones. People say the D, the E, all those fall off. Maybe that's the case, but they are single barrels. So I think
I'll say this though.
Yeah.
Michter's 10-year, which is weird, which I've already found in a blind. I know a lot of people are like, it's going to fall flat in a blind. Mm-hmm. However, I think it does. Hey, Bourbon Lens, how are you? Nice to see you. I don't know how I could see the finish falling off in a blind, especially when you're up against higher proofers. However, the Michter's 10 this year has such a weird and interesting thing going on the front and mid palate that I still think it somehow stands out, even to higher proof whiskeys. It's just, it's a very special year for the Michter's 10.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm sorry, like I know it's a little bit of a parlor trick, this whiskey that I'm going to say, but 13th Colony Double Oaked, I think has to be in that conversation.
I mean, yeah.
It's a parlor trick, though. You know, it's like it's finished as balls for the sake of being finished as balls, I think. And I love that about it. Like, it's really overdone, and that's cool.
I think I think that's going to end up in a lot of people's top, bourbons of the year.
But it also is not that, like, I'll tell you this, man, as the bottle goes down, it gets worse and worse. It doesn't get better.
So I've heard that, and I've also heard a lot of people that actually hate it. So I think it's kind of I think more people love it than hate it. It is a polarizing bottle, but as you said, that double oak that it's got on it, it's harsh, and you could taste every bit of it. But it's dark and delicious. But yeah, I think as it goes down, it gets some airtime. It does start getting a little funky.
And if you're going to talk about whiskey of the year, I think in my mind it needs to be kind of universally loved. And that bottle is too polarizing to some people. I think the Hardin's Creek should be in the conversation though.
Which one though?
For me, Boston. Okay, I like Boston.
That's the one I haven't had yet.
Oh, to me, it's far and away the best. But of the other two, I would say Claremont over Frankfurt, even though Frankfurt's spicier. I
totally agree with you. I think Claremont is better balanced. Frankfurt is easily spicier. Boston. So in your mind, what does Boston do why you like it so much?
It's like that, the sweet oak thing that you kind of get on. It's not exactly like Michter's 10, but that really sweet oak that you have.
Yeah.
It basically, to me, is like Claremont, but with more oak to it, and it actually has the spice of Frankfurt. It's like the best of both worlds, but with more oak.
Okay. Did you blend all three of them together yet?
Probably at the end of a stream, but I was probably hammered.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing.
Yeah, they did that in one of their boxed and barreled or whatever they call it.
I think Jack Daniel's 12. Yeah, that could definitely be up there. Because when
I
you
would
talk
agree.
about flavor and value for it, again, you have to go off of retail for these. I mean, yeah, there's a secondary, I think, there's a secondary variable that you have to give to these sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
4-gate Kelvin 60. I don't know if it's got enough to stand up in a blind against some of the other hitters, but it could definitely be a top 10 this year. Four Roses 135th, I think, can get in the conversation.
I haven't
Really,
had that
really
one.
special blend, but you have to have a love for older whiskey because you really get it in that.
Now these were last year, maybe. I don't remember if it was last year or this year, but these Rebecca Creeks are insane.
Yeah, Rebecca Creeks are really good. Maker's Mark cellar aged, I think you could put in the conversation. However, whenever I've put cellar aged in a blind, it always has come last, which it's not a knock on cellar aged. I just think that's one of those whiskeys that you just kind of have to enjoy on its own.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. There's something about it when you put it up against others. It's a weird vibe that I get. Like, depending on what's before it or what's after it, I don't know. It doesn't hit the same as when you just drink it on its own, which happens a lot. And that's why even like doing these blends, I think when you taste these blends, I think what comes before you and what comes after you is a big deal. Bourbon Lens says, no, not cellar age, doesn't perform for me. Yeah, Bourbon Lens, it doesn't do well for me in blinds. Like I said, it just doesn't hold up to some of the other stuff that I've had. Single Rickhouse, I think Camp Nelson F, even though it's a $300 bottle, it's an absolutely fantastic bourbon. I don't know how that's going to go this year. The K. Luke blends, I think, have a shot.
Yeah.
Making some noise this year.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you on two of these. First one, I won't throw the controversial one first. I've tried one of the Russells that came out this year, the 13 year.
Yeah.
I thought it was just as good as the other batches.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think people that say Russell's 13, one batch is so much better than the other, I think it's full of shit.
I think they're all great.
They're all great. To say one batch is so much better than the other, I think is bullshit. I think they're all great, and they're all pretty close.
They're all pretty close.
Are there some differences? Yeah, maybe. But where's the bottle in the, where is it in line the bottle with the one you're trying? Like, are you doing a fresh crack and trying one that you did that has like half, that's only half full or half empty, however you want to look at it? It's bullshit. It's not a single barrel. They blend it to try to be somewhat, consistent. Yeah. And obviously not every barrel is going to taste the same. The ages will vary as far as what's in that bottle, but they're all fantastic. So anyone that tries to sell you that this batch is way better than this one, they're full of shit.
Yeah.
Just telling you right now.
And the best thing that could happen is that the secondary's falling on that bottle, and it's like, I hope that becomes something that is a little more affordable and available, because I think, to me, Russell's 13, I know this might be unpopular, but I like it more than Elijah Craig Barrel Proof because I think it's more balanced, Yeah,
I agree. I mean, Russell's Reserve 13. I haven't had batch 5 this year. I didn't get one this year. Not yet. I do plan on getting one, I think, because the secondary, like you mentioned, is dropping on it. But John says, Russell 13, underwhelming, but I'm also not the biggest turkey fan. Yeah, so that 12-year 101 ends up being a very big favorite for a lot of people, I think, because it doesn't get as oaky and maybe tannic as a Russell's 13 does. Yeah. So that's why I think a lot of people love that 12-year, which I totally understand, for sure. I think people are trying to ECBP the RR13, but I just don't think there's a batch variance as ECBP. I totally agree, Terrence. Yep. It's just not that variable. It's just not that variable.
And speaking of that, Jason, I got the last one I'll ask you, which people said earlier. I'm going to be polarizing on this, but 923 Elijah Craig, is that in your running?
Oh, for sure. And I think it's mainly because of the value of it.
Okay, because for me, dude, I just don't. I think the nose is just too proofy, and there's nothing there. The palate is ridiculously good, but I think the nose is wacky on that one. And I think maybe I'm just a wiener.
You got to let that shit open up, Potato Head.
Dude, my bottle's down to here, man. I've tried.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what you're picking up, but I would say this: the nose to me wasn't nearly as good as the palate.
Yeah.
So I don't think I was getting all the weird stuff you were getting. However, I do think the palette was a big step up from the nose. I will agree with you on that one. Lido Cortez says, I agree, they're all really nice, but there is some variation like there is in Stags, even if it's small. Yeah, I agree, Lido. There are small variations, but there are people out there saying that this batch is wildly better than the other batch, and that's what I have a problem with. Yeah, small variances, agree.
People are not gonna like that.
Oh shit! All right, what are we on here? We on number 6 now. Wait, what do you think about 5 overall, or letter E?
I don't even know if I sipped it. Let me see. Oh, that's the one you said kind of fell off on the palate, I think.
I don't know. I keep going back to it, and it's really good.
It's very tasty.
There's something very sweet on the palate for me. That's why I'm thinking there's maybe like a Buffalo Tracy type thing going on in here, or like a light whiskey, corn whiskey type thing. There's something very sweet on that palate in that blend.
I don't think there's light whiskey unless it's a really small amount. I think corn whiskey is a great call. Like,
yeah, there's something really sweet on there. All right, so that one's growing on me. I like it. I like the sweetness of it. Is it as different as some of the others? I don't know if I can go that way.
It feels very like down the middle. It's like just a sweeter bourbon in some way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like A is great at Irish whiskey. E is great whatever E is.
Hey, Yoda's here. Good evening, folks. Nintendo Plumbers and Idaho Potatoes. Thank you. Welcome. I thoroughly enjoy the C923, but I actually prefer the C922. I get a dark chocolate covered espresso bean on that I love. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so my video is coming really soon with the all 3 Elijah Craig's blind. You might be surprised at the results. That's all I'm gonna say. What kind of sneakers is Mario wearing? I'm glad you asked yourselves, because I'm just going with my old, Super Mario wears Air Jordan 3s, because it's got a little red, it's got a little black. I should have worn my red, white, and blue ones, but yeah, I wasn't thinking. That's what makes me jump so high. Let's see. Don't shortchange A1. Yeah, A123 was really good.
Yeah.
B523, I think, sucked.
Terrible
batch.
Terrible. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
I had it in a blind on my stream last week with like some other older batches before 2020, and Amy put it in. It was an Amy Bohm flight. It was awesome, and that one stood out, and I was like, that is fucking not good. I'm sorry.
Terrible. It's terrible. I mean, it's still not. I mean,
I think it's bad.
Yeah,
like objectively, man, it tasted like a 6-year MGP single barrel next to like B518.
It was flat. It's dry. There's barely any sweetness to it. I don't know what. It's terrible. That's right.
Terrible.
Keith Stefanski, in the words of Charles Barkley, it's terrible. Okay, I'm going to number 6 here.
Dude, 6 on the nose.
Ooh.
It's proofy and like.
Proofy and rich.
Wow. Whoa, man. What was the other one we liked? C. I mean.
Oh, man. Man, wow. C somehow smells better. And
Dude,
this thing's proofy.
There's a note on the palate I didn't expect, though. I didn't expect it to be this nutty.
Oh, actually, that one reminds me more of a... Oh, I think I remember this blend, too. I remember calling out one of these. One of these tasted like an old Knob Creek 15-year single barrel. This might be the one.
This is probably the one. Yeah, and you go back to the nose, it's got that tobacco Knob Creek note.
Yeah, there's some older shit in here.
Yeah.
Turbo. Which Discovery series is the best grab? 6, 8, 9, or 10? Help a brother out.
I go 9. But 8, if you like toasted anything, even a little bit of toasted anything, 8's probably the one.
Is 8 the one with all the crazy finishes they did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a fan for me, but others love that one if they like
Yeah,
toasted barrels.
I was not much of a fan either of that one, just because I'm not really a toasted guy. But yeah, if you like toasted barrels and finishes, 8 would be the one to go. Between 9 and 10, yeah, I probably like 10 a little. I'm sorry, I'll probably like 9 a little better. But if you can wait it out for 11, dude, 11 is fucking good.
I gotta get that. Oof.
Yeah. Go with 6. Oh yeah, 6 is actually pretty good too. Wasn't 6 the first one that they did? They used that Georgia whiskey in it.
No, that was. I think that one was 8.
That's 7 or 8.
It could have been 7 was the one with a lot of light whiskey in it. You know, the
that's
whiskey.
Right, that's right. Let me see
6,
here.
6 still had Dickel. 6 was when we were coming off of that number 5, which was really bad, and we were all like, maybe 6 is gonna give us hope. You know. 6 is solid, but not. I think 9 is fruity.
Yeah, Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana. You had some of that. Had 16% of that 17-year Dickel in it. So
it wasn't offensive though. Not like 5. 5 was
not like 5. 5 was
God.
Yeah. I think 6, if I remember correctly, is the one that tasted like a fall candle. I kind of dug it.
That's what you said. I remember you saying that.
Yeah, 6 was the fall candle one. So yeah, if you could get 6, I'd probably lean towards 6 because it's a little bit more of a traditional whiskey. So yeah, that's my vote, 6. All right, Mario says a 6. All right, let's go to. Oh yeah, speaking of 6, this is really good.
It's good. The more I keep sipping on it, the more I'm feeling like a Larceny Barrel Proof vibe from it because of that nuttiness. He's maybe a little younger than a Knob Creek kind of pick, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got some. I'm not sure if that is that. Do you feel that that's proof or spice?
There is a lot of spice. There's a lot of cinnamon, but I think
it's coming off. It's coming off proofy to me a little bit.
Okay, and I think it's both, and I think you're right. But it turns to this weird dark fruit note midway. I wonder if there's a sherry or like a port finish in there. You know,
could be. It's got a fruity. I mean, it could be a weeder in there that's got some fruit forwardness to it.
Yeah.
Like a Rebel cast strength or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? The best part of this blend is the finish. The finish goes on for days on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, while you're hanging out, please take a second and hit the like button while you're hanging out. Only takes a quick second. Appreciate everybody watching tonight.
Here's something for you. Go back and smell B. Just kind of randomly smell B. It's got a little It's got a weird kind of thing. It's real sweet, but it's almost a chemical note to it. Strangely.
Like lemon pledge.
Maybe. It's like buttery, but like chemical butter. I don't know. Weird. As these things sit out there.
A went all like honey. A is pure honey now.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I could see that being like a Highland single malt if it's not Irish.
Shoot, I mean, even like a nice aged Speyside.
Uh-huh.
Maybe even a Lowland too. Shit, I don't know what's in that. All right, I like 6 a lot. It's sweet, it's proofy, finish for days. All right, last one. Cam, you need to wear that costume to Arby's and do a whiskey while eating curly fries. I like that idea.
I'll do it, Keith. This would actually be a great thing to do an episode of Whiskey Wear in this costume. I need to do that.
Yeah, while you're in a fast food joint.
Yeah.
Go to Cane's. At least have some good fries and chicken strips.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I love Cane's so much.
Yeah. I love MSG. Just
that
all
sauce.
Over.
Yes. That sauce is so good.
When I was in high school, how long have you lived in Ohio, by the way? I can't remember.
Since 2016.
Okay.
But I didn't try Cane's until 2019.
Okay.
2020,
so,
around that time, yeah.
When I was in high school, it was 2008 to 2012, basically, were the years. And I think it was probably around 2010 we got our first Canes, like in the state, which was in Columbus. And my dad, we couldn't get enough of that fucking cane sauce because it's so good.
Yep.
And my dad like found a cheat recipe online when that was like really under wraps, and we would make it at home by the jug of cane sauce. You know,
Did you got close? Like
Yeah,
to the actual thing?
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh,
very
cool.
close.
Cane's is bland chicken. What?
I kind of like Zaxby's chicken if we're
Bland?
going.
Well, that's because you guys aren't dipping it in the sauce.
Yeah, and the Texas toast is like, I mean, come on.
How is it bland? Are you dipping it, or are you just trying to eat it straight up?
Wow, we're getting some hate in the chat.
Cane's is awful. Cane's is like the highest grade chicken that you're going to find in any fast food joint. First of all, I listened to a podcast on, I think it's called How It's Made or How It Started. And it's all these different companies they bring on. And they had the Cane's founder in there. And you kind of learn, it's kind of disgusting to listen to because you learn about the different grades of chicken that are in fast food joints. You have like grade A, B, C, D, and it goes all the way down the list. Cane's uses the highest like grade chicken you can get. Now, you want to go to Taco Bell or McDonald's and eat that fucking shit? Go for it.
Yeah,
But
you're just
Cane's-
eating you're eating talons and buttholes at that point, you know.
Cane's has the highest grade chicken. It's called salt and pepper. I think they forget about it.
Okay, true. Sometimes they don't have enough salt. Okay,
Dude, yeah, you're crazy. Dude, just
Whatever.
dip it in the sauce. It solves all your problems. Who needs salt and pepper when you got the sauce? I don't understand. That's like eating pasta with no sauce on it. You guys are nuts. Dude lied. It's mush. You're nuts. It's the best chicken strips. Talon and buttholes, says Leo Cortez. Yeah, that's like you know who I think uses talons and buttholes. It's got to be the Burger King chicken nuggets.
Oh,
I don't know
dude.
what the hell that is.
Oh, Jesus. I like, you know what? I do like Chick-fil-A though. I'll pull into a real long Chick-fil-A line and I'll wait in that line. You know?
Adam Hinson says when hot chicken is down the street, hot chicken takeover, no way. Oh yeah, I mean I get
That's
that.
good.
If you
That's
have
good.
a choice, I'm saying. But geez, come on, Cane's is bad. Dip it in the sauce. That's what it's there for. Just saying.
Okay, fifth quarter tailgate. I do like some Zaxby's. I really, but we don't have those here. So, you know.
Yeah, we don't have Zaxby's, so I couldn't. I've never had either of those two,
Oh.
Scott. So I couldn't tell you. Although I do think Roosters makes some really good wings.
Oh, Roosters is great, dude.
Roosters is really good too.
Yeah, I love that Goldfinger sauce they got. Oh,
Do you guys? Anybody in the chat? You guys got Roosters by you? Just curious.
bro,
Roosters is good.
it's a great place to. That's like my favorite. If I had to go to a sports bar in Columbus, I'm going to Roosters. Like a chain, you know.
What
That's where I'm
about
going.
Dave's Hot Chicken? Have you ever had Dave's?
Maybe. I don't know.
Keats Stepansky says Church's Chicken. I gotta rise up. You know what chicken strips I do think is bland? It's fucking Popeyes.
Yeah, dude.
Popeyes chicken strips are bland as anything.
Now look, I will get on board. Not when the chicken sandwich craze happened at Popeyes. I didn't ever try that. I tried one recently. It wasn't the one that everyone talks about. I got like some special blackened some bullshit.
Oh yeah, that one. But no,
it was good.
The Popeyes
liked it.
chicken sandwich is legit. I'm talking about the chicken strips are
Yeah,
very bland. Are very, very bland. All right, the last one here actually smells pretty nice.
It smells nice.
Yep. Does this smell a little single malty to you?
Yeah, it does. It's got that espresso chocolate thing going on. But it's kind of flat. It's kind of flat on the palate though. Like it's really flavorful, but
Not
it's
a big
kind
punch. Chick-fil-A sauce is way better than Cane sauce. Yeah, Adam, you must love mayo because
what the fucking
I
hell?
think Cane sauce beats the shit out of the Cane sauce. I'm sorry. Cane sauce beats the shit out of Chick-fil-A sauce.
But here's one thing I will say though: at the supermarket at Kroger, they do sell Chick-fil-A sauce.
I know you get the Chick-fil-A sauce.
I do have some of that in my fridge. I don't have some cane sauce though because they don't sell that. I need to.
Well,
imitate
it's
it, though.
probably different because I think the Chick-fil-A sauce is sweeter. However, the Cane sauce is a little bit more spice. I'll take spice over sweet any day of the week, but that's me.
And the cane sauce is red, which means it's better. Chick-fil-A sauce is yellow. It's like honey mustard. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
give me the
But
one
yeah,
with some personality.
Karen B. Ford, I will agree. Nashville hot chicken is delicious.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't argue it. And honestly, the best chicken I've ever had in my life, the best chicken ever, was in what state was that? It was down south. And I believe it was, I think I was in Georgia. I was in some southern fried chicken restaurant, and I got chicken and waffles, and it was the best chicken I've ever had in my life. And it wasn't even close. I'm like, the chicken was juicy. It melted in your mouth. The seasoning on the breading was amazing. It was ridiculous. That's the best chicken I've ever had. I think we need to do a little chicken throwdown.
we should like time all the orders somehow perfectly and have everything DoorDash to both of our houses at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And do
Popeyes. Yeah, we'll do Popeyes, Chick-fil-A. We'll get Roosters. We'll get them all.
We get all the people that DoorDash it to us. They can all come in and be on the live stream too. It's like, here's an Uber Eats guy. Here's a Grubhub guy.
All right. Yeah, the palate's flat.
It's flat.
Palate's flat.
It's
right.
Dude. This is so crazy. Like I've never done anything like this.
Yeah.
To taste all of these different things and see what you value and like how they stack up next to each other. It's very interesting, man.
Yeah, that's the Frankenblend. The Frankenblend category, I think, is actually a little bit. I'm not going to say it's easier because the American whiskey blends, things are a little bit closer when it comes to flavor profile because you have less of a palate to work with. With this, you have a more of an expansive palate to make your blend. So you kind of get into what you can use, what overpowers things, who goes Irish, who goes Scotch, who goes, I don't know, Armagnac, who goes American whiskey, who uses single barrel American whiskey. It's crazy. It's one of those, I don't know. These are all different, but I think so Cam, what I always start off with here is basically what are the blends that are the flattest? Yeah. Which ones, aside from flavor profile, which ones aren't hitting for you? Mm-hmm. I would say number 7.
Yep.
And I would probably say,
I gotta say number 1, dude. Like 1 is good, it's solid, but it's just one-dimensional, you know. I feel like I could just get this in a bottle of Speyside Scotch, like you're saying.
Yeah, it tastes like it could be like a Glenmoe like 15, or even like an Irish.
Yes.
Like I don't know.
Like a not as good version of Dare Gaelic. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. I drink it, but
right.
It doesn't stand out to the point where I'm like, I gotta have that.
Right.
All right. So let's take A and what is this? G. A and G out of the equation. So put those aside because I think we're on point with that. So now we're down to top 5 here, which is going to be really weird.
Yeah. Where do we put D?
Yeah. Adam Hinson says, hot chicken takeover in Columbus, Ohio is better than Hattie B's. Oh, that's fighting words, Adam. Damn, dude. Richie Z, Mash and Drum, hot buttery rolls. Chris and Josh used to order food during their live streams. Miss those guys. Yes. Yeah. Jason, let's see. Rigged says Big Vic. He just loves saying rigged. Okay.
I'm curious. Let's go back to B and see if it's still dry on the finish. That was
you know what? Let's just nose them.
Okay.
Real quick. Just go down the line. Let's just nose them. See what has the best nose. Krista Nolan says, you got my boyfriend pulling up pics of Cane's chicken tenders and ranting about how juicy they are. I'm so hungry now, says Krista. I'm right with you. I'm about to order some Cane's in right now.
Dude, I'm door dashing after this, like no joke. I didn't need dinner, so I'm going to be probably really hammered at the end of this, unfortunately. And
all right, so let's go to B here. And, oh, man, the nose on this is fantastic.
It's so good on the nose. It does have, like I said, a little chemical when we revisited, but I still think it's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, love the nose on B.
Man.
Cheese has any update on the Russell's picks? Yeah, they're not We're still waiting for one more before we release. So we'll probably see the Driftless Glen picks and the Obtanium blend that I did before the Russell's picks. But yeah, man, they're coming. I thought they were going to be more until next year, but we're going to have those Russell's picks probably around late November, December time. So it'll be just in time for Santa Claus. So, all right. Dude, I love the nose on C. I think there's a lot going on.
C, I can't decide between B and C, like, because C is clearly very rummy now that I'm going back to it. But it's good. It's good.
Man, B is also, there could be some single malt in B too.
Yeah.
Whether it be Irish or Scotch. But yeah, I think C here has got definitely a big rum punch in it. Maybe there's some Foursquare in there, you think?
Yeah, I would go there.
Yep. All right, so let's do this. Between B and C on the palate and the nose, what do you like better?
Okay, hang on. Don't make me go there yet. Let me do the palates on both of them, because the nose, I might go B on the nose.
I think I'm with you. I think I'm B on the nose. However, on the palate, I think I lean towards C. But
me too.
Palate always,
me too.
Palate trumps nose, though, I think. So.
Yeah. Fuck, it's really close, man. I want to revisit that.
All you guys in the chat that have blended. No, Eric Sawyer, we're still doing PB&J because we're gonna have a few new few new judges this year. So we're gonna have them talk about their PB&Js once we start the American whiskey blends.
Bob Glass says Cam has a long sleeve shirt under the tater. The reason I did it, Bob, is because if you just saw my bare arms, I just look like a pasty mess, dude. I kind of blend into the potato, so I went black hoodie on this one. And the hat is so that this doesn't fall over my eyes.
Yeah, I saw Cam. He stopped over to get the samples, and yeah, he was like a glass of skim milk. He was pretty white.
Yeah, I'm white as shit. I'm also very short. Surprise, surprise.
I'm short too. Join the club.
Yeah. This has got to be between B and C for me, probably. But I want to go on. I've got to check these others out. D, I can't go back to D yet. It's too much smoky waffles.
Oh my god! I don't know if it's got better or worse,
dude.
In D, D has actually turned into like a bitter chocolate now.
Did you taste it?
No.
Okay, don't taste it yet.
I'm not tasting it.
Before you taste it, I'm going to E right now on the nose, and I'm actually smelling peat on E, which we thought was like a corn whiskey. But maybe that's just because my lips touched the glass after drinking D. Like, I'm getting a little smokiness on E, which I didn't get earlier. I don't know why. F is very good, though.
F is very good. F might be the most cohesive blend out of everything.
I totally agree, man.
Mm-hmm.
But what do we like? Is that better than B? Is a little more all over the place, but very unique.
I mean, F I like, but I think it's falling out of favor against the others. The best thing F has is the finish. F for finish.
Yeah.
But there's not much else besides that, unfortunately.
What between? Let's do this. Let's go between E and F then. I'm curious what you think between those two.
So on the nose, man, F is a proofy bitch.
It is.
Woo!
I could see there actually being a little rum in F with like a weeded high proof bourbon. There's a little rum punch on F on the nose. In this comparison, at least, to E. E
there's something very high proof on F. Not really sure what that is, but
you know what? I think you said light whiskey on E because we were saying that it was very sweet.
Yeah.
And but I think actually F has light whiskey in it.
F could.
I think I'm getting that.
It's got the sweet and it's got a lot of proof.
And it's like sappy. It's got this sappiness that I get from light whiskey sometimes.
I think as far as flavor punch goes,
Mm-hmm.
I think F has it over E.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
E goes a little flat.
E does go a little flat. Drifting Drams with a super chat. First super chat of the night. Thank you, Drifting Drams. Does the costume make Cam more drawn to the D? It might, because he's. I'm not going to say out loud what he is, but. All right, so
what they say, sun something. I can't remember. Sun something.
So, do you want to eliminate E and keep F? Because I'm with you if you want to do that. E is very cohesive. It's just falling flat.
That's tough for me, man, because F is like, you're right, F is cohesive.
But is F also, am I basing that just on how much proof and flavor it is?
That's my question. Is that like, I'm gonna go E first.
Man.
I love, like, if I had E by itself, dude, I'm telling you, there's got to be something peated in E, just a little bit. Almost like a Chattanooga peat where it's in the background.
I could see that.
But
or does that one have a little Amburana kick in it?
It could.
It could.
And F definitely has light whiskey. It's like Larceny Barrel Proof and Obtainium. Like, that's what I'm getting on F.
Yeah, I was thinking Obtainium when I just based on the proofiness of it. Oh my gosh.
Easy, Mario.
Yeah. The princess is going to be very mad I fall asleep early tonight.
Dude, my wife and I, you know the Mario movie that came out? Did you see that?
Yeah.
My wife and I, like, rented it on whatever, Amazon, whatever the fuck. And I know it was a kid movie or whatever. I really enjoyed it. I love
that movie.
It was awesome.
I kind of got in trouble with my girlfriend watching that movie. It was pretty funny. I was watching it because I told Kim, I'm like, I'm going to download it, but I won't watch it until we can watch it together. And I totally watched it. and then then we got back and I put it on the TV, and she saw like what.
Oh no!
It starts like where I left off, and I will say I didn't finish the movie, but I watched a good amount of it. But she knew that I watched a good amount of it. I was like, oh my god, Mario just got hit in the face by Koopa.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I'm really torn between these two, man. Like, I don't want to base it only on proof. You know what I mean? I'm really torn. Yeah, I'm with you. These two are really they're both good in different ways. I don't know. All right, so leave those aside. We have let's focus on B and C here. These are the winners, right? I mean, of the two. Yeah. These have to be the champs. What do you mean? Like, B and C are fighting for first place right now, I feel like. I mean, yeah, maybe. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know, but where does this crazy maple syrup one go? In terms of uniqueness, absolutely number one. It's the most unique. I mean, this thing to me smells like I drank an Irish breakfast shot. Now it smells like waffles with chocolate chips on it. It smells fucking awesome right now. I'm going to be honest. It smells like a candy shop. God, what is happening? I don't know where to go here. I'm definitely leaning towards B and C, at least being in the top three here. Ooh, the palate though. On what? On D. Oh, you had D? You're not feeling it? It's just so much, man. You know? Wow. Wow. I think this could be top three, even if we react this way. It's so fucking unique, man. Like, yeah, I would probably put that at least top three for uniqueness. We're like crying as we say that. I know, but I love how peated, and it's so smoky and so sweet. It's such a nice, weird, funky blend. Man. Yeah. Okay. All right, so that's kind of the outlier. So you know what? Take D out of the equation. We'll kind of leave that on the side. Okay.
We need to get through B, C, E, and F. We just need to. Let's see if we can just take the top 2 from these 4, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right.
I like that you're getting this on track.
Yep. I mean, that's how you have to do it because they're all so completely different.
Yeah.
Drifting Dreams. I'm not licking anyone's lollipop, you jerk.
Whoa.
Top 3 Halloween candy, says Paul P. Twix, Heath, M&M's peanut, or almond. All right. This one's pretty easy for me. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Kit Kat, and what would be my third? I'd probably go... I think an unsung hero for candy. I'm going to go Whoppers.
Ooh,
the milk chocolate malt balls, love them.
Okay. Dude, oh man, you know what I think is unsung is Rolos.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love some Rolos. So you said Reese's as number 1.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, not the little ones, not the Cake Fives, just the regular regular peanut butter cups.
Okay,
that's it.
I'm gonna go number 1. This is a weird one. I'm gonna go Milky Way, dude. I love a Milky Way.
So, are you a regular or Milky Way dark guy? You like the dark chocolate one?
I hate that you asked me that because I don't know. I like them both, and I think dark probably better.
Yeah, they're really good.
I like Three Musketeers also, but that's like some real that's some real kind of I don't know what the word is. What is this? Richie Z.
The gloves, the stash, and Cam is a whiskey potato. That's right.
Three Musketeers is kind of just some wieners, some weenie stuff, if I'm being honest, but I like it.
What do you mean weenie stuff? What does that mean?
It's just so fluffy, It's just fluffy, and there's nothing going on, and
it's just nougat. That's all it is.
But I love it.
So I love Three Musketeers, but what the fuck is nougat?
It's weenie stuff.
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't either, dude.
Are you speaking millennial? What is weenie stuff?
Millennial. I'm probably a millennial, right? I'm 29. Am I a millennial?
You might be.
I think I am, but I'm definitely not Gen Z. That's my little sister, and she's insufferable. I love you, Faith, if you're watching.
So yesterday, if you guys, or was it Monday night? If you guys listen to podcasts, check out the Bourbon Hunters podcast. It's a local podcast here in Ohio. I was on it on Monday night, and we paired some Halloween candy with some great whiskeys.
Ooh.
I tell you what, Wild Turkey and a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup is magical.
I bet.
Also, Heaven Hill, do an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof with a peanut M&M. It'll change your life.
Okay.
And then on top of that, do the 1915 blend, right? So Old Forester 1910 and Old Forester 1920. Do a 50-50 blend. Let that sit, and then eat a Milky Way with it. Holy shit!
I speak my language.
Those are my 3 recommendations, guys. Definitely listen to that podcast. It just dropped yesterday on Halloween, which was pretty fun. So we did a whole taste through of where we tried all these different candies and did Halloween candy whiskey pairings, and those were kind of the top 3. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So again, do a Heaven Hill, like an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof with a peanut M&M. Get a Russell's Reserve single barrel or a Wild Turkey. Do a peanut butter cup, and then do a and the third one was a what did I say?
1915 and
do the 1915 blend from Old Forester and eat a Milky Way with it. It'll change your life.
So you just mentioned Milky Way and what's the other one? Reese's, Milky Way. Oh, and did you say Three Musketeers? What'd you say? No, you didn't say Three Musketeers.
I didn't say Three Musketeers. Yeah.
No, what'd you say?
1915?
No, the other one.
Elijah Craig Barrel Proof with M&Ms.
That's the one. That's one.
With peanut M&Ms.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, I'm torn because if I go top 3, I'm going Milky Way. Dark Milky Way. I go Three Musketeers, and I'm torn between. I love regular Hershey's chocolate. I'm a basic bitch.
Oh yeah.
On Hershey's chocolate.
Yeah. You know what I like Hershey's chocolate with? Like a good sherry or port finish bourbon. Because sherry and ports go so good with chocolate. Just saying.
Yeah. But Dove chocolate is really good. And it's definitely a higher quality than Hershey's, but I kind of like how cheap Hershey's tastes. It's like it's the small town boy in me.
And I'm about to blow your mind right now.
Okay.
Get a 4 square rum and eat an almond joy with that shit.
Okay.
Just saying.
Those are two things I don't like, which would probably make one thing that I really like.
A lot of people are really weird. A lot of people are really weird on rum and almond joy, but you put those two together, it's actually pretty delicious.
I believe you a lot.
Yeah. All right, let's try to narrow these down here, bud. All right, we're getting down to it.
Okay. B. You said B might have some single malt. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
C, is that rum?
C, I think is rummy. I think C has a better palate over E.
Over E.
I'm sorry. C has a better palate over B, but I do like B a lot.
The C palate is nuts.
The C palate's nuts, right?
Yeah.
All right.
That's probably the best palate, I would say.
Yeah, I think C is up there.
F is going to be really good too, but it's that into the palate finish.
See, F is good, but it just drinks really hot.
It does.
E, on the other hand, I still say E is the most cohesive blend out of all of them.
Okay.
E's delicious.
Man, this is a challenge, dude.
This is tough, man. I'm telling you. That's why I have to have a true tater on here.
Heyo. You got the perfect man for the perfect tater for the job.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm kind of making an executive decision here. I'm gonna take B out of the equation.
Oh damn. Okay.
Because I like C better, and I think E is a more cohesive blend than B is.
Okay.
Go between B and E, Cam. Let me know what you think,
dude.
B and E.
Okay. I gotta pour. I fucked up and poured these in the same glass earlier, so I don't have a lot of E left. But let's do this.
Go back to E. We're just building up. We're just building it up right now. We're building up the excitement. Who is going to take this?
Man, this is very tough.
So of these, JG says I just gained 10 pounds with this conversation. Yeah, you might. Yep. So between B and E, what do you think? Because these are probably the closest for me of the 4 we have left here. I think both of them are really good blends. They're probably the most cohesive. But which one just does it better?
I agree that they're honestly weirdly close, just profile-wise.
They are very close.
I do have to say this though, like, I don't want to sidetrack too much. I know we want to get this moving. F, with all of its like crazy proof and spice, I think that's great about it, but I also think it's a little boring in the sense that it's like, to me, it just tastes like a really high proof larceny barrel proof.
Yeah.
And that one is like making me feel less excited, whereas I feel like B and E are really both like actually pretty good blends with a lot of components.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think F, as good as it is, I think what's hitting is the high proof and the punch. Yeah. I don't think it's as cohesive as the other 3 though. So, all right.
Like to me, I could move F out of this actually like 3-way with B, C, E.
All right, yeah. So move F out. Move F out, and now we have B, C, and E. And then we can kind of. This is the tough part. Juice 8G says Zelda or Contra. Oh, Zelda, all day long. Zelda. Zelda's a more. Listen, if you want like a quick hit, if you want a one-night stand, you play Contra. If you want a long-term relationship, you play Zelda.
And if you never want to leave your house, play World of Warcraft or RuneScape. So you wanted to move B out of this.
What candy goes good with Joseph Magnus cigar blend? Chris and Nolan, just do like a dark chocolate. You don't really have to go too far with that one. Joseph Magnus cigar blends have so many flavors to it because it's the Armagnac and the cognac and the sherry. All you need to do is a good is a good chocolate with it, really.
All right, Jason, between B and E, I think on the nose, I like E.
I agree.
But on the palate, B is a little bit more exciting. So that's where I'm torn. But B is also all over the place on the palate, and E is more focused.
I think B is more unique.
I think B is more unique. I think it's more scotchy. It's a little more finished feeling, like there's dimensions. And E on the nose is great. The palate... The palate's more one-dimensional, but not in a bad way.
E definitely has some more proof to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think B. Yeah, B kind of takes you in some different avenues. So I
don't think. But and it's like while it takes you in those avenues, it doesn't do it in a way that makes me like understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of goes all over the place. But E, I'm so torn, man. I'm so torn between these two.
All right, well, where does C fit?
It's a rummy bitch.
I'm getting some single malt vibes in C too.
The palate on C it's got a great trajectory.
I love C. C is so good.
The palate just ramps up.
It does, and it just blooms as you keep sipping it.
Yes.
I love C. I'm putting C aside as well.
Yeah, I think that's up there.
All right, so we have to distinguish between B and E, which one we want, because these are the two. They're the closest. Let me get a little sip of water here, and then we'll start doing some reveals here. My mustache is on my mug. I'll just keep it there, just like that for now. There you go, guys. There's my mustache. All right, E, B.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. Am I? Oh, jeez. I got to go tried and true. I got to go E over B because it is more cohesive to me.
I agree. I think B takes you on the avenues, but I think E overall is just a better blend.
I think that too.
Okay. E. So B's out. So that brings us to E, C, and the crazy weird D.
I can't put D in first place. I don't think I can put that in first place.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave D third because it's crazy. It's very unique, but it's just too much. It's too much smoke.
Yeah.
It's too much. It doesn't really, I don't know. It's not like that would not be something I would sit there and sip like all night long. I would have maybe a couple sips of that and then I'm done.
But there's someone in this world that would pick up a glass of D and go, hell yeah. You know what? Like there's somebody that would want to drink a whole bottle of this stuff. And to that person, I say, good for you.
It's just overly sweet and smoky. It almost comes off like a liqueur.
Yes, that's a great call.
Yeah. All right. So between C and E, dude, who we crowning champ?
All right.
Oh man, both of these.
The noses are both very good.
I think C wins it for me on the nose a little bit. There's just more of a punch to it.
That rumminess on the nose of C puts it over the top.
Yep. C is really good, dude.
The palate is so good.
It's so creamy. It's so rich. It's complex. But E, man, E is So sneaky. It's like he's like, you know what? You may be a proofy bitch, C, but hold my beer.
Yeah.
E is just E.
It's like
I think E might be the best blend overall.
like
I
if
don't know,
E,
man. Where you leaning?
like let's say E, let's just arbitrarily say this. E is 100 proof, let's say, and let's say C is 120, right? If E is only 100 proof, the amount of flavor that you get from E is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Because I think E is a lower proof than C is.
Yeah,
But E has more going on in the blend. I think C is kind of it's a one shot. I think it's like a 3-hit wonder, and E just like it just keeps going. I don't know, man. I think I'm leaning E. What are you thinking, Taterhead?
I might be the opposite, man.
You think you like C a little better? I don't know, man.
So to me, E is very cohesive, but when you talk about uniqueness and that being a factor, C has that rummy punch and and a little bit more proof.
Yeah.
That's when I'm going, like, what do we value more?
I think C is definitely more unique. C has the proof.
And you're right that E feels like if it's 100 proof, this is a fucking awesome 100 proof blend, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
God. And C feels a little more obvious. Does that make sense to you? Like, it's like you smell it and you go, I get this. But then E, if you smell it, you're like, ooh, I can't wait to try that.
I don't know. I feel like the winner shouldn't be obvious.
Yeah. But earlier, when we were also take this into account, just to complicate things further. When we tasted through these, both of us, when we got to C, we went, oh,
I keep going back and forth. I try C one time, then I try E, and then I'm like, I don't know which one I like better.
You can't have a tie for first, though, probably, right?
You can't.
You can't have a tie.
So what I always do when it's this close, I just judge on finish. So I'm just going to go, what is the best finish here? So, Cam, tell me what's the best finish you get on both of these.
Pressure, dude.
Yep.
All right, C. You gotta wait. I gotta wait for it.
God, C is so good, too. What the hell? Whoever blended these two are mega geniuses.
It's crazy. I love E because it's low proof. I love that someone blended a low proof, understated blend. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going off a finish, C has a longer finish. But E, whoever blended E is a very, very skilled blender. So
E has I'm telling you, this has to have a peated component, and it just makes that finish hang on a little longer, even for the proof.
Yep.
This is a toss-up for me, man. I could go either way. On this.
It just sucks for one of these two because they're both fantastic blends.
I know.
So whichever one we pick, it's
you know what? I'm gonna go with you. What you said earlier, I think I think E, even at the lower proof, might be it.
Yep. I love C, but I think E overall just does all the things that I'm looking for. It's unique. Yeah. It's got complexity. It takes you different avenues, and it's got a sneaky long finish.
Yes.
I'm going E. E is the champ.
E is the champ.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our winner of Blendageddon Frankenblends 2023. It is letter E. We will find out exactly what that blend is. But first and foremost, we have to go through the rest of them. So let me grab the blends. You ready for this, Cam? Cam, did you take notes on what you thought was in these blends?
Yeah, on most of them. And between when Are we going 7 through 1 or are
No,
like,
I'm just going. So the first two we eliminated were
Yes, okay.
G and A. So that's what we're
Okay.
going to start with.
which one are you going to go first?
Yeah. So let me get the results here. So I have them right here in this trusty little.
Okay.
Ooh, baby. All right. Let me see here. So let's start with letter G.
Can I say what I think's in the blend?
In letter G?
In G, I think there's a Buffalo Trace component, and I think there is a Texas whiskey component in G, and I don't know what else is in there.
Yeah, letter G was the super sweet one. I thought there was a Buffalo Traciness in there too.
Yeah.
So letter G belongs to Mr. Shelby Strunk with Rye. We got pot still. Rye. We got pot still. That
makes sense.
That might clue you in.
That makes sense.
What's in there? So Shelby Strunk always makes great blends each and every year. But yeah, let's see what's in this one. Here we go. Rye, we get pot still, the Frankenstein blend.
Man, if there's rye in here,
Oh,
I can sense it.
Oh wow! What did you think was in it?
A Buffalo Trace whiskey and a Texas whiskey, and something that's going to be a lot of white pepper, which would be that rye.
All right, so Shelby Strunk Rye, we got pot still. His components are 2 parts Middle West Dark Pumpernickel Rye,
Wow.
Sagamore Double Oak Rye,
Wow.
Hard Truth Sweet Mash Rye,
Oh, shit.
the Prideful Goat Cast Strength Rye 6-year, and then just to mess with us, Redbreast Listau.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
This makes sense because Middle West rye gets very close to Buffalo Trace on some of those barrels. So that's interesting. Wow.
That is super sweet to have so much rye in it. That's crazy.
But it did the thing that we hated. The thing we did not enjoy about it was that it fell off on the palate.
It did, and that's interesting. There's so much rye in there. How did it get so flat?
Yeah, that's weird.
Maybe just sitting there for a good amount of time.
That's interesting.
Crazy, man. All right, let's go to the next one, which is letter A. So letter A, we thought Irish whiskey, very pear, maybe a little single malt, stuff like that. A belongs to Hugo Gonzalez with Pagnucci's Forget About It. All right, Pagnucci's Forget About It. Let's find that one. Here it is.
Lots of honey. What is this?
Lots of honey. This has to have either single malt or Irish in it. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we were right. And survey says, oh yes.
Okay.
Okay. 97.8 proof. Part Dragon's Milk small batch bourbon.
Wow.
Part Glen Moray 18-year single malt scotch.
Okay.
Part Glenfiddich 12-year sherry finish. That's where that fruit and honey came from.
Yeah. Okay.
Part Texas bourbon cast strength, the TX.
Oh, but that's actually kind of light. Actually,
You didn't see that coming.
No.
And then to finish it off, Toki whiskey from Suntory.
Wow. What a crazy blend.
There you go, dude.
Actually, with all those weird parts, it's actually kind of crazy that came out as such a singular product.
That with all that stuff going on, it came off as a straight up single malt product.
So actually, fuck yeah for that blend. Whoever did that, great job.
Yeah, Hugo Gonzalez. You made a great blend, but that's crazy.
You could mistake that for like a base range 15-year whiskey from like a Scotch distillery.
All right, next one we're talking about is letter F. That was the one that we really liked, but fell flat on the palate as it sat. And letter F belongs to, yikes, the defending champion of the American whiskey blends, Eric Sawyer.
Oh, geez.
So in Eric's defense, he did not blend a Frankenblend last year, but he did win the whole thing of American whiskey blends last year. But wow, this is Juice 8G. If that's you, Hugo, that's a hell of a blend, dude. Eric Sawyer with the 2XB Frankenblend. So 2 times bourbon. Did you just use 2 bourbons in this? Let's see what was in it. 40% Elijah Craig, a private barrel proof, 10-year, 123.3 proof. A Rye 3 14-year light whiskey from the Bourbon.
Yes.
And he used the Masson Journey Trifecta Vino de Naranja, 112.6 proof rye whiskey we did. Wow.
Where is that from?
That's from Sagamore.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense now.
You know, it is pretty orangey now when you go back to it.
Yeah. So it was the orangey thing. It was the Elijah Craig. What was the middle one that you mentioned?
Elijah Craig, and then he had a Rye 3 14-year light whiskey.
The light whiskey. And that's the one we said was light whiskey.
That's the one I thought was light whiskey was in it because it was so damn sweet. Eric Sawyer says, I swapped the Remus 5 for the Sagamore Rye. I messed up and used an M&J pick. In that case, you might have been wrong, Eric.
Eric, what's crazy is that, like, it actually tasted like a Larceny barrel proof.
It did. It came off like a fruity weeder a little bit.
Yeah, and so I think the Elijah Craig actually tasted younger in the blend because of the other components.
All right, so we're going to go to letter B next. So letter B.
This was interesting, man.
Letter B was good. Letter B, we thought there was some rum in it. Maybe rum, maybe a little Irish whiskey in there. But there was a lot going on. Letter B is the wild card, Darren Clary, with his bourbon name, with his blend name, I should say, named Captain Walton. So Captain Walton comes through by Darren Clary.
I think there's a lot of
there's
a lot of finished single malt in this.
There's some shit in here.
I said, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We said it was dry on the finish at first, but we didn't go back to that.
The single malt in it. This makes sense.
Okay.
So this is a crazy blend, dude. You ready for this?
Okay.
113.8 proof. 6 parts Woodford Reserve double oaked.
What?
2 parts Masson Journey Brain Candy. That was the Obtainium light. That was the Obtainium light whiskey, 157 proof whiskey we released.
I would never call that in this.
And then you ready for part 3? This is what took over the blend, though. This makes sense. Bunnahabhain 12-year cast strength.
That is a fucking crazy blend.
That took over. That Bunnahabhain completely took over the blend. Somehow, the Bunnahabhain overtook the 157 proof Brain Candy. Seriously.
So far, of the components we've revealed, that is the most creative blend.
Yeah.
So far. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Wow.
That is fucking
It's interesting because on the nose, I mainly smell, and it's only one part of the Bunnahabhain. I smell all the Bunnahabhain.
Yes.
That's crazy. Yes.
I think it blends in with the Brain Candy. I think the Brain Candy is like a sweet foundation, and the Bunnahabhain just takes it over. You know,
light whiskey is normally used in blends to kind of bridge the gap between, 2 or 3 more components. So I think that's exactly what it did.
Wow.
Holy shit, dude. Oh, my belly is so happy. I love it. Okay. Man, so who's left? DMC with his Walk This Way, Joe Gregory with his Holiday Brunch, and Turner
Holiday Brunch
is Jay Turner with the Turner's Hooch.
We know which one is Holiday Brunch.
I think Holiday Brunch is that's
coming next.
All right, so let's go to letter D.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the Holiday Brunch from Smokey
It's
Joe.
gotta be.
Damn. I cannot wait to find out what's in this blend.
Can I just, I'm going to say it again. Angel's Envy Rye, some sort of peated whiskey. I don't know if it's bourbon or malt. Okay. And there's got to be, what I say earlier. Shit, I can't remember. I'll rewind. It's fine. Angel's Envy, that, and there's something else in it. 3-part blend, I'm going to guess.
Where is it?
What a crazy ass blend.
Holy shit, this dude put a fucking blank paper in the envelope.
Oh damn.
Joe-
That's all there is.
Joe Gregory. What's in your blend? What is this? Is this a joke?
So wait, I said it's Ambarana. I said an Ambarana finish, a peated bourbon, or just whiskey, and I am Angel's Envy rye. Those are my 3 components.
All right, Joe, you're gonna need to tell us what's in the blend right
gotta
now
tell
in the
us.
chat. Yeah, so tell us. I think there's an Ardbeg or a Lafroig in there.
I go
I
Ardbeg.
would go in on Amburana. I think there's some Amburana in there too.
Yeah.
The Angel's Envy, I don't know. That's tough.
Joe is blue balling us.
It might be invisible ink. We don't even know what's in this blend. He literally put a blank page in there.
That's crazy.
Joe. Oh my god.
Come on, Joe.
Joe, tell us what's in the blend, dude.
Dude, I'm going. I think you're right. Ardbeg. I think it's a good call.
Let me ask you this though. Do you think he did like a custom smoke on it?
I don't think so.
Do you think he did his own smoke job?
It does smell a smoke job. It does smell like a smoked old fashioned. It really has that smell.
What I'm saying, like he might have, smoked it himself.
JG says you need a black light.
I think we do. Joe's probably typing it right now. Joe, what the hell is in that blend, dude?
Oh, Joe. Oh man.
Joe, tell me, Joe. Joe, tell me. Tell me, Joe. All right. We'll let I'm gonna wait on Joe because we're down to 2 blends, folks. We're down to Jay Turner and DMC Kentucky. These are the 2 blends that were in the running. So this is basically C and E.
Oh, and what were they called? What were the 2 names of those blends on the?
So E is Walk This Way.
Okay.
And I kind of gave it away right there. And Turner's Hooch was Jay Turner's, which was C. So the winner of Blendageddon, ladies and gentlemen, goes to DMC Kentucky, who actually has a bourbon channel with his Frankenblend called Walk This Way. DMC KY, congratulations. You just won the Christmas Goose. Congrats, man.
I'm telling you, there has to be a little peat in this blend. If there's not, I don't know what I'm going to do. But
John says Joe is hammered. Joe Gregory says, what the hell does that mean, Joe? Are you speaking alien? What does that mean?
I took some math classes, but I don't know what's going on.
So it's Octomore? So Octomore he put in it. It looks like.
There's more than that.
Joe, you need to type out. You don't need to give us proportions. Just go up.
Tell us what's in it, Joe.
Go up in the chat.
He's naming it off as we go. He's not telling which ECBP it is, though.
Okay. So there you go. Nulu Amburana.
Yes.
30%. Knob Creek. 30%. Octomore. 13.5 gibberish. I don't know what the hell.
No, I think he's saying it's like 5-something%. And it's the 13.5.
What the fuck? Okay.
So a little Octomore.
So the Octomore is all the peat.
And that's what we said was Ardbeg, and that makes total sense.
That makes total sense.
It's like bacon.
That thing is crazy.
That's a fucking awesome blend. I
can't
even lie.
Smokey Joe, you are a mad scientist, and I love it.
So Nulu Amburana, Knob Creek. Which Knob Creek was it, Joe? I'm actually curious on this.
Okay, let's go to let's find out what was in Turner's Hooch, which was letter C, which was so close to winning. Let's go to that one. You have any guesses for what was in C?
In C, I said this was Heaven Hill and rum.
I definitely think there's rum.
There's a lot of rum.
I
think it's more than 60% rum.
I'm going Foursquare in that one. Let's see what we got.
60+% Foursquare.
So Joe said ECBP 523.
He said it's Knob Creek smoked maple.
Oh, there's the waffles, says Devin. That's exactly what it was.
That's kind of like a flavored whiskey though.
I mean, yeah, but that's why it probably didn't win. It was just too artificial, like we said.
It was exactly.
And Joe Gregory said, yes, I am. I guess he's drinking right now. But yeah, the smoked made sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it, Joe. Good job. All right, let's go to Turner's Hooch.
Which one is that?
That
C?
is letter C.
Okay.
Okay. I think we. What did you say you thought it was?
I think it was Heaven Hill, and at least 60% of this is Foursquare.
So I think both of us hit on a few different pieces of this.
Okay.
I said rum, and I said it had kind of like a brandy thing going on, and then you said Heaven Hill. Mm-hmm. So here's what's in here. Part Jean-Luc Pasquier Cognac. Part Foursquare Touchtone Rum.
Okay.
Part Redbreast 12-year cask strength Irish.
Wow.
Part Union Horse Rye Whiskey, which is a Missouri single barrel. Part Ben Holiday High D Manager's Pick, right? And then here you go, Cam. 3 parts Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B522.
There we go.
There it is.
That's it.
Wow. I mean, dude, that is an unbelievable blend. That is so good. Like, things you would not expect would go together. So that means the winner of Blendageddon Frankenblends edition goes to my man, DMC Kentucky, from Prescription Bourbon, which is a great channel you guys should check out. Walk This Way is the name of it. Adam Dorman says, "I'll take second." Adam, you're not in here yet, man. Adam, you're not till the following tournament.
Can I say something crazy?
Yeah, go for it.
I think this blend doesn't have a lot going on in terms of like, I think it's got like maybe 3 parts. I don't think it's got like 6 or 7 or, some crazy amount of parts, but that's my guess at the beginning.
What do you mean, the E?
I think E is only a few parts in the blend, but let's see.
The only thing I thought about E was I think there was definitely some rum in there.
I think you're right. Corn whiskey. I think there's a peated element of this.
I wrote some really sweet corn whiskey. But there's a lot going on. Let's find out what's in the winning blend, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, run DMC Kentucky with his Walk This Way blend contains 4 parts. What? Maker's 46 cask strength.
Oh, God damn it. I hate Makers.
2 parts Nika whiskey from the barrel.
Wow.
That actually kind of makes sense.
It does make sense.
1 part Papa's Pilar Solera blended bourbon finished rum.
Yes.
There it is. Holy shit. Again, the winning blend, guys. 4 parts Maker's Mark 46 cask strength, 2 parts Nika whiskey from the barrel, and 1 part Pilar Solera blended bourbon finished rum, which is only 95 proof according to Mr. Run DMC. Wow.
And we said it was lower proof, and we
we did say it was lower proof, but the blend just
works
different directions. It's crazy.
I cannot believe that works.
Dude, yeah.
The peat is coming from
Thurston Howell says barf barf and then great. I mean, you would think so. Well, Nika whiskey from the barrel, I like. Maker's 46 cask strength, I enjoy that. I mean, I don't mind 46 cask strength, but then I think what made it is that Pilar Solera blended bourbon. Those 3 things together, you would never think would fucking work. I'm sorry.
No way. I cannot believe that worked.
This is what should win Blendageddon right here.
Yes.
This blend is the epitome of Blendageddon. DMC Kentucky, this is what you win. You win a prize pack. Where is it? Here it is. So DMC Kentucky, you win a book, The Warehouse H Story of Blanton's book. You win a 4-pack of Stave and Bean barrel-aged coffee. You win an Asian Ore bottle flight set. You win a Frankenblend Champion t-shirt. You win your choice of an upcoming Mash and Journey private release, a barrel pick, and you win a Mash and Drum Glen Cairn set. So congratulations to DMC Kentucky. You absolutely friggin' nailed it. And DMC, when I see you at the next whiskey event next year, I'll be hoping that you wear that shirt. So congratulations, man. That was an unbelievable blend. Wow. Dude, I'm going to keep this blend right here aside because it's unbelievably weird and good.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I can't believe that.
Congrats. Prescription Bourbon says awesome prizes. Yeah, dude, just connect with me on Facebook or Instagram, and we'll coordinate all that. I'll send you a whole prize pack. It'll be a lot of fun, man. Eric Sawyer says, dang. Now, basically, the winner of next week when we start Blendageddon the American Whiskey Blends, the winner of this will not only win all those prizes, but they will also win a round trip ticket and a free ticket to the Mash and Journey Summer Jam or Fall Classic, whatever time frame it falls in. But you guys will win an all-paid basically vacation to that event. So congratulations to DMC Kentucky. Absolutely killed it with that blend. Cam, what do you think, man? Pretty weird blends, huh?
Weird blends. This is like I would love to judge the other American blends or whatever, but this is way more interesting for me because I cannot believe that you can pull out these flavors with these components in the blends.
Yeah.
And the fact that Maker's Cask, this weird single, you said, what did you say? Pilar? I don't know what you said.
Pilar rum.
Yeah. The rum, the makers, and whatever else is in there. I cannot believe you get these flavors out of these whiskeys.
That's crazy, dude.
This is like some true talent on display with these blends, and it's just badass, man. I can't believe it.
DMC Kentucky, you are the champion. You get to be Frankenstein for a whole year, dude. Congratulations.
Wow.
Absolutely love it.
I can't believe it.
I would never think those three whiskeys would ever go together in a million years.
No.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Wise Guy Stu says Pilar rum is the truth. I mean, maybe that's what was it. It's freaking crazy, man. Yeah, we're going to need more triangle. That's what I'm just saying.
Yeah. We need more JT Mellick. We need more rice whiskey.
Did you try that yet?
I am surprised. I am very surprised.
Right?
There's a little fall off in the palate for me, but that's being picky. I cannot believe rice whiskey can taste like this.
Dude,
that's what shocks me.
Just keep sipping that, and the finish is just like this really interesting spice to it, man. It's crazy.
I cannot believe it.
Yeah, you would never think that rice whiskey has that type of a.
Little book needs to take notes. I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's it. We're going to call it a night. Tune in next week for the kickoff of the American Blends. It's about to get real serious next week, guys. I want to thank Cam for joining me tonight. I know he likes to drink weird shit like me. That's why he was here. Cam, tell everybody where to find you, buddy.
Drums and Drams. Check out the channel Drums and Drams on YouTube. And, I'm a drummer. Jason's a drummer. I play a little more triangle. Jason plays a little more,
I play a lot of
drums.
I like to play gong. I like a lot of gong.
If you like gong, then we're gonna be friends. Gong, triangle, crash cymbals. Anyways, Drums and Drams on YouTube. I'm sporadic with my reviews, but my live streams are every Thursday night. Jason's every Wednesday night. So come check it out. I get nerdy. Jason's way cooler than me, but that's okay. That's okay.
We're both like nerdy. We're both nerdy. But cheers, guys. Thanks for hanging out tonight. We'll see you next week for the kickoff of the American Blends. Might actually have a couple special guests next week that I'm talking to. It should be a great kickoff. See you guys right here, same time, same channel next week. Love you guys. As I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you blend it with. That's right. Cheers. See you next week, guys.